He collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said, okay, we all should play. Hot potato, whoever got the hottest challenge accepted. It's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side, ooh, he blessed me. All these lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like bowling at plank or strikes, no gutter. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Yeah.
Hello, we're here. Hi, James.
Hi.
We are here. This is Bessie with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Those who like James, interested in what he says, or want to see more recaps with us together, check out his channel. The link is always in the description. We are here, back at it again, to go over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. There is a new season, which is basically a continuation of the last season, from what it seems.
Pretty much.
I have it just titled Season Premiere Recap and Review because the cable, like, they number episodes weirdly with MTV, WeTV, and OWN Network. I don't know why they label their episodes a certain way. So I'm going to just put the title of the episode or whatever. But we are back to recap it. We're going to go over the premiere. So, jumping right on into it, Carly Red. I'm glad they started the show with Carly Red because I feel like in some ways it was MTV's way of saying we wanted to fire you too, Spice, but you didn't say nothing racial. So we gonna show you who the OG is because Spice be acting like she been here from day one, and I don't like that. But anyway, Carly is a listening party. She has a catchy song. She's in her Islander vibe. She is from her family's from Trinidad, so that does make sense. We learned that she has a boyfriend. They've been together for 6 months. One thing Carly always gonna do
is keep her a man.
All right. Now, as long as she don't get with no more, men, because her ex-husband's in jail for COVID fraud and he was hitting on her and all types.
It was a whole clusterfuck of shit. I was like, damn.
I'm like, whoa. So she hasn't really dated much since then, but hopefully this works out. But she discusses her situation with Spice, around Rashida, and she's like, you see how she just attacked me entirely unprovoked? Regardless on if people feel Carly's kindness was real or fake, if you're being kind to someone, it does not warrant or provoke them to attack you physically. So the fact that Rashida was still like, I don't know about that. Rashida, you're lucky to still be on this show. And you barely made it back because people was on your neck about apologizing to K. Michelle because it's come out from the person who abused her and herself that she really was abused. And you said you didn't believe it. So.
Which is your right. But remember, anything that comes out your mouth has a consequence. So
and Rashida avoids consequence constantly, in my opinion. Separate from, maybe the consequences of her husband. Look at that shit. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, child.
That's a damn that's a damn shame. Yeah, I was just thinking that in my head.
Listen, and it came out, but that's all that really happened there. So Spice is also having a single release party a few days later. So we then see Spice's single release party. The song was odd. It's called Jealous, but if you listen to the lyrics closely, she's talking about how people are jealous of her. Spice, you are not the Jamaican Beyonce. You're not there yet, baby. You need to humble yourself.
She confuses me.
The song sucked also.
Like she confuses me. I have never in my life encountered somebody that was just so damning of their ego. It's like I don't know what I'm looking at when it comes to her.
Yeah.
Like I see imperfections, I see insecurity, I see a lack of self-awareness, but in the same token, a projection of over-the-top self-confidence and pretentiousness. And it's like, okay, man, you cannot do both of those things. It needs to be one or the other, because if it's not, then you're a walking contradiction. And you need to come with caution and warning signs if that's the case.
Not come with cautionary warning signs.
I said what I said.
said I said what I said. Oh Lord.
And I'm not changing that. That is, I said what I said. I'm not changing that. If she's going to walk around like that, where I don't know what I'm getting, then you need to come with caution and warning signs.
Listen, I'm not mad at it. Spice is definitely a problem. But it seems like, no, I won't say it seems like. So Spice says that she wants to let go of things and be accountable of her own self. I call bullshit. The only
I just laughed, right?
The only reason you're saying that is because the fans from every social website to Twitter to the tabloids, nobody was okay with how you treated Carly. You still couldn't explain what specifically it was that Carly did to you. And in addition to that,
I swear I love you.
You wish death on somebody. She said this as subtitles, damn.
Because she do.
Listen, this lady is out of her mind if she believes that we believe that she's this way. People have been calling for Spice to be fired since before she did that whiteface bullshit. Like, I don't know why or how she's still on this TV screen, but she claims she want to be accountable and let shit go. So we'll see. She talks to Rennie Rucci, who actually has a reason to be angry and hurt because she's grieving, and they want to do anger management together. Listen, anger management is not something that you do with others. I mean, you might get there and there'll be a group of others, but it's not something you do with like your friend. Like, hey, James, I've been going off on people lately, friend. You want to take an anger management course with me? Like, this is not going to a spin class.
Or hey, y'all know what I'm going to do with her? If she ever to come in, I'm going to look at her. And I'm going to say, oh, really? You want me to play a walking joke and go to anger management with you? Hell no, because then that might give you the free will to slap me if I say some shit you don't like, and anger management don't work.
I'm not gonna smack you up. No.
I'm just saying that's what I get when people say that. Come to anger management with me. For what?
That's not that's something you do for yourself, is what.
Yes, exactly.
He says the white face. It didn't land. It didn't land for me either. Spice keeps trying to do these things on this show.
You know what it is. You know what? Honestly, because I live in South Florida, where that's common, that their mindset, a lot of like Caribbean, people of that, connection, they think like that. They think the closer to white that you are, the more privilege you'll get. And that's because slavery has made that in the mentality. So I think for that moment, she really did believe that, because that's what they classify as beautiful. You'll see a lot of them try to fight for white men's attention. It's a whole sad thing. So no, it did land for me, because I really felt like now that I look at it living here, that's a real issue.
It is a real issue. However, Spice pulled that shit while she was successful enough to move to the Americas to do music. So I still call bullshit on her. We'll agree to disagree. But it is something that is deep in Caribbean culture, especially. That is true. And Haitian culture. The very, very big thing. But I just, nothing Spice says for me will I believe. That's bad. Oh, that's so mean. But if that is her plight, then I'm glad that, she seemed to be past it. If it was really her plight, she would have still been doing it, but she moved past it. So the next thing we see, he's just laughing. Little Scrappy, money in the bank. Go
ahead and say it, because I know it's gonna be girl.
Little Scrappy is excited to show us that he finally has a home. Now, we have never seen Scrappy live anywhere except for with Erica Dixon and Adiz the Bam, aka Bambi. We haven't seen Scrappy live nowhere. We've heard of him going to hotels. She said, what did his whole ass do now? Wait, Naya. He didn't do anything wrong this time. Scrappy bought a house. He bought a house. I said, wait a damn minute. Wasn't y'all just arguing over how you couldn't pay your half of the rent to Bambi? Is this why you couldn't pay your half of the rent? Because you were getting together your down payment and cleaning up your credit because your auntie helped you through? We see Scrappy's auntie, Mama D's sister, who's the opposite of her and him, honestly, shit. And she was like, I helped my nephew clean up his credit. And, you know, it looked like he finally listened to his mom and family because he didn't have another woman to just get with. Nobody wants him no more, except Erica. Basically, chaotic is funny. The only thing from the scene I will say, congrats on your house, Scrappy. And it's funny how much your daughter looks and sounds just like your baby mama. That is definitely Erica's child because Imani was in that scene. But chaotic gonna say, I'm happy Scrappy got a house because, you know, he didn't want to stay with me. He said I do too much. Yes, chaotic. You do too much. And I wouldn't want to stay. He probably wake up at 3 a.m. Appreciate me or whatever the fuck his song is. Don't nobody want to hear that late in the morning or evening, however you call it. So good for you, Scrappy, for finally getting a house. Listen, I don't care how you get it. I'm all for Black ownership. But separate from that, about time, I was convinced he lived in a tour bus. Like, he could have at least showed us his rental. Like, we ain't even seen Scrappy rent nothing, y'all. So this is like a big deal. So good for him for finally achieving his own home. Don't you move and you pay that mortgage on time. And
the property taxes. I'm sick of y'all.
And your HOA fees.
Yes, I'm sick of y'all acting like that ain't the thing. And y'all get tax liens and shit. And people buy it. And you know, people buy tax liens and they can kick you out your own house.
They sure can. They sure
and then they can take over it and have no damn mortgage payment because they own it free and clear. They didn't rob the bank and everything to get it. So pay your property taxes. You can actually, y'all can pay property taxes up for 5 years if y'all actually have that kind of money. Mm-hmm. So pay them property taxes, get it out the way. Damn, and y'all just make us look so ignorant when y'all don't do that shit. I promise you.
Just please pay it.
It's not that hard. It really isn't.
So after we see Scrappy's house, thank you, Jesus, miracles exist. What's the song by Whitney Houston? There can be miracles. All right. Anywho, I love that song. Prince of Egypt. Great movie. Anywho, Shekinah, Spice, Rennie, Ruchi, and Rashida. They do a stupid anger management thing with puppets. That's all I'm going to say. Not doing it. So next thing we see is Carly Red and Sierra work out together. And we find out that Sierra's grandmother raised her, which is part of the reason she can cook. I wonder if that's why she can't talk. And it turns out her grandmother is actually ill. So I do hope that her grandmother heals up and all of that. So she's been going through a lot personally. But Sierra, no shade. She's that friend that's always going through something. Everyone knows someone like that. Everyone knows someone who's like always has something happening. Now it's okay to be going through a rough patch or even a rough year if your friend's calling you like, oh my, she sang the song. She knows. Oh Lord.
Child, y'all not gonna worry me today with this.
I cannot. The energy, because that took me off track. That made me laugh. She came because now in my head the song is there. But basically, Sierra feels she's not getting the energy and loyalty that she gave to Bambi. It's not being reciprocated. So basically, they're saying this issue is not over the race thing that happened with Erica Mena. They're saying that it's because Bambi did not back up Sierra publicly when people were coming for her because it was exposed that Safari tried to be with Sierra to make Erica mad. And I don't believe anything that comes from the three of their mouths as a group, you know, just because of how they were like three musketeers going crazy. But as goofy as Safari is, I wouldn't be surprised if a text or something was sent.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, no, I don't believe that.
It's hard to buy.
It's hard to buy that one. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but that's not, I don't know about that one, y'all. When they hearing it come out of Mrs. Best's mouth now, I'm just like, no, I just think y'all were trying to use something that was believable to people.
Y'all was friends and you wanted to use that as a way to come for Safari. And it was probably Erica's idea because she was so hurt and y'all agreed with it. But then Erica ended up being the one. Karma spun the block and hit that U-turn on her. Busted a strong bitch. And now she's out. And I feel like with her being out, Bambi has still admits, because Bambi's a sellout, and she is still friendly with Erica Mena. And I think that because she's friendly with Erica Mena, and Sierra did not ever once publicly say that what Erica did was okay or try to defend it. I feel like it comes back to that, but it is what it is. Basically, if that's what she's mad about, that's stupid as hell, because you're arguing with each other over a man that has not belonged to either of you ever. So this man was married to Erica Mena, not Sierra or Bambi. So the fact that you guys have a beef over something that has to do with this man is kind of stupid
It's
to me.
wild that would even be something that could even be possible.
Right.
Like that, that's wild to me, because how is this even possible? Just listen to how this sounds for a minute, y'all. They are beefing over somebody else's ex-husband.
Ex. It's so stupid.
I'm trying to, yeah, that don't even sound right.
And for Sierra to still even listen, Bambi and Erica Mena, in my opinion, have always appeared to have the closer friendship. Sierra was just thrown in there, but it just doesn't make sense that she would even care or do that to Bambi when the loyalty, is there. So I don't know. She said those pheromones are strong.
Oh.
I'm dying. So that conversation ends with some stupid shit also. Basically, Sierra says she wants Carly to work on her friendship with Spice, and while she works on her friendship with Bambi. Carly, do not work on your friendship with Spice. Do not give Spice a storyline. Let Spice find somebody else to scream and holler and prove
I was just about to say that same shit.
Let her find somebody else to fucking yell at.
Stop. And I'm saying this. I don't even like Carly.
Yeah.
And y'all got me wanting to defend her. Really? Is this Bell Collective? Is this Tampa? Really? What is with y'all on these reality TV shows making me want to defend people I do not like on these shows? And this is Carly of all people.
Carly Red, a lot of people mishandle their situations with her. And I think that's why she's still on the show, if people get what I'm saying. I feel like she should have been gone, but
she should have been gone along with Mimi. She should have been gone with Mimi. Her and Mimi should have packed up the Jeep Cherokee and been gone. I don't feel like having to be watching Carly's 67-year-old self on this TV show trying to act like she's 25.
Yeah, Carly definitely needs to step away from this and get some friends her age. Your daughter should have had her baby. You a whole grandma now, Carly. Go bake a pie. If I go to my Nana's house right now, she's going to bake me a pie and make me some ribs. Shout out to my Nana. Anywho, that's what Carly should be doing. My grandmother was younger too. She had my dad when she was hella young. So when I was a kid, she was in her like 40. She's young as hell. So go make some food or something, Carly, please. Anyhow, do not go back to Spice as a friend. That is not your friend. Friends would never do that to you. So that's the next thing we see basically in this show is Scrappy and Erica go on a date. And this has been trending. The Shade Room done posted it. Hollywood Unlocked done posted it. The Jasmine brand, the list goes on. People have posted this. And the way that he get goofy, I've always felt like these two were meant for each other, but sometimes people can not be in the right timeline or headspace or maturity. And with these three, it was just like all of the above. But he says to the confessional, and he was funny, that he was right to get his divorce, because the way he speaks about Erica in this small scene we got that was only like 5 to 7 minutes long, he never spoke that highly or kindly about Bambi. Not once. Not fucking once. It was always, yeah, Bam and me, we gonna ride. The Bam, I love the Bam. You know what I'm saying? That's the mother of my kids. No. He said when he spoke about Erica, that man was smiling and goofy to see her and said, that's the first baby mama. She still got my heart. But no, she always gonna have his heart, he says. So I'm like, this nigga really blushing and talking about it. Why did you marry the other one? You probably just married the other one because you couldn't have the one that you wanted because she broke off your engagement. That's what I think happened. But he says that he regrets his lack of maturity when him and Erica were together before. And she says that he was a part of the reason why she never got married. They both have regret. They both like each other. The way they look at each other. Why my husband say too, y'all? He was like, yeah, I remember when you used to watch this girl. He need to get back with that one. Because just look at the other one. What was he doing? I said, Josiah, shut the fuck up and put the cigarette out. Talking about Bambi. He said she really looked like a deer. I said, that's not nice. Okay, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All right, shit. But he wants to, give it a try with Erica, I guess, go on some dates or something. So we'll see what happens with that. I know that they spent New Year's together because there were clips of her dancing on him and with him. They've gone on some vacations together as well, both family and other trips. I just think it's wild, and I don't get why people do this. You know who you love and you know who you want to be with. Why would you both go and make 2 babies with other people? Now you get back together and it's this weird big ass blended family. So yeah, that's that. I mean, I'm not surprised, and I'm a piece of me because I've watched since season 1 is like, this is how it should be. I always wanted them together, but at the same time, with the fact that she had her twins with someone else, he has, what is it, 3 kids with Bambi? It's 3,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. It's 3. Yes,
He
ma'am.
has 3 small children with Bambi, so Bambi's attached to him. Divorced or not, these people are attached. So for them to just come back together after all of that, it's weird. It's weird. I agree. Said talked about Bam like she was a thing, not a partner. That's exactly how I wanted to word it, and you took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm about to say, pick me when I'm ready. I'm ready, Coach. Pick me.
No, go ahead. You just interrupt.
Here's the thing. I disagree with you. I do not
You
think these
do?
2 are.
I figured you would.
I don't think these 2 are meant to be together at all.
Ooh.
I feel, and as I said, we talked about this before. I feel like they're each other's trauma bonds.
Probably.
And the problem with trauma bonds is that confuses people to think they are soulmates, but when reality hits, no, you 2 share common ground of resentments towards your mothers.
Yeah,
More
they
so
did.
Erica.
They used to talk about that.
Yeah, more so Erica than Scrappy. But what y'all have to understand is when somebody is your trauma bond, that's only to either ignore or numb the pain that you're not dealing with.
Mm.
And then when you get into disagreements or disarray in your relationship, it comes out in the most harshest way that makes it seem like it's irreparable. These are not soulmates. These are not people who are meant to be together. These are people who now have a new trauma bond, which is their exes. So the cycle is just going to continue continue and continue.
I think I'm going to give them a shot, but based on the clips that, you know how they show you what's going to happen in the upcoming season, I'm like, ooh. Naigri says she agrees and that they were a season for a reason. And when real life hits, that is where they get childish. So that's why I say, I guess we'll see. Like when something that's substantial or that matters happen, because they've just been going on trips, having fun, probably doing the shit they used to not be able to afford. But when the cameras go off and shit gets real, that's when they will know and we will know if it's really real. But I mean, if they coming back to each other, I mean, I guess I wish them the best though. I feel like Erica will be good, but I feel like Bambi, if they do get back together, will give him hell. I just feel like she gives that. I'm telling you, I feel like she'll give him hell. But
I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like the only way she's going to give it hell is depending on how much Erica's involvement in their business is going to happen. I think that's when the rubber's going to meet the road. I really don't think those 2, if they do it in the correct way, I really don't think she would care if he were to spin the block with Erica again. I really don't think she'll care.
See, here's the thing though. I feel like I agree with Naya and you. I think Bambi's done with the relationship. But if they do anything even a little bit petty, or if Scrap tries to have Erica or something around her kids or whatever the hell, I feel like it'd be a problem because we've seen how Bambi behaves when it comes to kids with the whole Imani situation. So I feel like she might, but I don't know. I just think it's messy to spin the block. I know everyone's doing it right now. Who's it? Ashanti and Nelly, Erica and Scrappy, and there's a bunch of like famous people doing it. I don't know if like all the famous rich people in the world like come together and have like some creepy meeting and they're like, we're all going to spin the block, but
I think spinning the block is stupid, if you ask me. I think that, right time, right place always does play a factor into that. But at the same time, are you truly over what you left them for in the first place?
I don't think they are.
Yeah,
There's
and I don't think they are
a lot
either.
that happened just on TV, and then there was a lot that had happened not
Off
on
camera.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
exactly. That's why I said I feel like he's
he
just
says spin the block though.
no, but no, and I'm just being real. I just feel like they're just re-engaging the trauma bond just in a different aspect now. Now we have bitter exes that we can now trauma bond over because Erica's relationship didn't work. Scrappy's relationship didn't work. They both got kids out of the equation. Now we have another trauma bond we can now muddle over, but at the same time, realize that same trauma bond that brought you together is going to be the same trauma bond that ends
That
you.
splits you apart. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So y'all can give people over trauma bonds all you want to, but it never works. It never works.
It's not. I agree. So the last scene that we'll have, because there's only so much we can say. We don't even know if these fucking people are back together, y'all. So we will discuss it as we go through what I'm sure will be a long ass season. Because what Love and Hip Hop has a special way of draining my brain mentally. You having to go to bed after that shit. Like, whoa, what did I just watch? Anywho, next thing we see in the last scene of the show is Rennie Ritchie and Spice go to a real anger management and PTSD boot camp. Not Shekinah's bullshit ass puppets. So I got the exercise. This is actually something that's still being tested in therapy. It's not a standard form yet, but it's like outdoor recreational like therapy where people are exercising as that pain is coming out so they don't just sit there and go crazy because not everyone is good with crying. So I thought that it was much better. It did seem more legitimate. I'm not going to go over it because it seems like they were both open and honest for the most part. They both have pain. I wish them both healing, and I hope they truly do follow up and through with counseling, because a PTSD boot camp, one session, or even 3 months of anger management is not enough. If you are so angry that you have to go to 3 months of anger management or need anger management, then you probably need years of therapy. And that's okay. I still need therapy, and I've got a degree in the shit. So, it's all right. We all need a little help. But I was glad to see them be forthright with their feelings, but I'm not going to comment too much on it because it did seem real. But that was the episode. That is all that happened. It wasn't like for Love and Hip Hop, it wasn't like as entertaining to me as previous premieres, but maybe they're going to find a different direction. I know the show's on MTV now, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but we will be here again next week. We will recap this show on Wednesdays. We will recap this show next week after the Basketball Wives reunion. I'm so glad that shit is over. And we will continue to recap more. For those who are my TLC recap fans, I will be doing the 90-day, the single life recap, probably in the next hour. I have to watch the episode, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watched it yet. But other than that, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you're watching the live replay, please leave your opinions in the comment. Me and James are both very responsive. If you want to subscribe to James's channel, the link is in the description. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next week. Adios.